Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday night. It's time for another poker session. Tom the Poker Comeback-Grinder here. Today we are gonna jump into the No Limit 16 pool as I did the week before. New limit for me, relatively new limit for me. Maybe by now I have around 6,000 hands or something on NL16. Pretty interesting limit because when you check out the pools on the Pokerstars site, you can regularly see that the pool here at No Limit 16 is one of the smallest, right after No Limit 200. Not all too many players here. I did color code quite a few, albeit it's not the prime time now. I found better times to play in this pool than Thursday night at this time of the day. I do also see that we only have 13% of flop, which is actually very low. I prefer to have it 15, 17 even. And for today, this means that we will jump into the pool. We will generate some hands. We will play solid tag play whenever possible. And I will be extra careful when I see that my edge is too small to play easy, convenient winning poker, and I start to feel rushed, heated up, so I feel like I have to battle it out with the other regs. If this happens, I will not hesitate to leave the pool, check out if other limits are running better. Especially the No Limit 25 pool here, we could check out. I would even be rolled for No Limit 50, but I haven't played like a single hand there, and I feel like I don't deserve it to start playing right off the bat with a 30 buy-in bankroll of No Limit 50 if I do not even beat 16 or 25. Enough said now, let's jump into the pool. 13% players see flops. You can see the session timer down in the middle. It's gonna help me to generate reads where my good hands happen. I can better reference good hands when I can refer to a session timer. That's not a randomizer or something. I'm not one of the fancy live poker grinders or live grinders that run the dice for every decision, randomizing everything. I don't feel like I have a solid enough theoretical background for even close to all the decisions that can come up on the poker table to start randomizing. Gonna move the session timer just a little bit. This could be a 3-bet if the open wasn't for this very early position. Like this, I'm gonna fold here. Session focus, by the way. Let's type that in the chat. Playing flops in 3-bet pots. That's the session focus. playing flops and 3-bet pots. Reason being that I focused within the last 2 weeks in my study sessions on 3-bet pots, because I felt like there were still too many spots where I felt lost or pressured in a certain direction to do something, because it felt like I have to do it, but it didn't come very naturally. Here, if I had any hands on him, I could consider this a bluff 3-bet, but I will not start with that. Gonna check my middle-ish hands here. Out of position, blind versus blind. Gonna play some check calls here. The check here probably is good for both of our ranges. I do not want to turn my hand into a bluff, and I'm gonna call another c-bet if it's going to be low. If he sizes up that turn, we will see. Now this card is dangerous probably. For my hand it's bad, for my range it's neutral. We both have very broad ranges, so could help me, could not help me. Same goes for him. I would bet here if I was him, just because it feels the right thing to do after a call to the c-bet on the flop and then 2 checks. And unfortunately I don't think I have a bluff catcher here. Run out of the board is just too bad, and too many hands that call the open raise from a small blind got there. Did I have a blocker to the flush? No, it wasn't even the right ace blocker, so yeah, I did some theory work on 3-bet pots. I felt like particularly calling 3-bets and playing pots out of position on flop was a hard spot for me. Then I find some theoretical background for that on the internet, on the coaching material from the Carrot Corner, Peter Clark, and no action for the aces, unfortunately. And he has a nice series called Pio versus Population. I have bought a few of them, worked through the first one, which is playing flops in 3-bet pots. Very interesting to read. It felt like over my head a lot still, because a lot of these considerations do not come very naturally for me, and still it feels like it's a good piece of work. What do I do here? Probably check call. At least I do have some piece of that board. Both ranges are broad. Should I have check raise bluffs here? Not really, like with hands like this. Probably with the top mate hands. Here too the same goes. Here, don't think with my bets I can win a lot. My hand doesn't need protection, I'd say. It's often good. Ooh. That's actually interesting. The overbet here. Hard spot. Gonna mark that because I didn't know what I should do here. Fives. Preview. Is this player again? I think so. gonna open raise 6-7 suited. So this is probably a good board to c-bet on. Also my hand did hit. Getting check raise would be bad, but then again the board with one high card, two middle-ish cards isn't that bad. That feels like a pool problem. There's just a lot of aggression going on, and getting check raised here is bad. I do have my first alarming signs that tonight is a bad moment to play NL16. I haven't seen a single player limping into pot, open limping into the pot, and I have played 50 hands by now. There are times when this pool does crazy things, and you can see that in every second or every third hand. Not today. Wow. Now we see the first probably crazy affair here. With the ace high board and another second high card, I do have a relatively good board to c-bet on. I'm getting called. Probably change into the check call mode here. If I continue betting on that card, I make it harder for any holding worse than an ace to call me. And here I probably choose to make betting block bet. That's what I was searching for. And Pokerstars does. He's small stacked, so let's play with caution. No action for the kings. There's a lot of 3-betting going on, so probably this is the time to start open raising in early position, only from 5s and bigger. But of course I'm having a hard time here calling, so not gonna do it. He squeezes. First instance in 72 hands, so overall aggressive, not thinking that I'm abused here. How much does he open raise? He folds 3 bets quite a lot. And I can turn 7-8 suited into a bluff. What am I up against here? Tight player. Gonna have a big continuation bet size here on a board like this. with a relatively good hand, but a lot of hands that can draw to outdraw me. And I would have bet the same size with a pocket pair of 9s if I chose to play that. When there's a lot of 3-betting going on from the blinds, probably the right thing to do is get back to a raising size of only min-raise 2 big blinds from the button, just because it's more effectful and will yield better results against a player pool that 3-bets a lot. He's a small stack. This is a low and relatively connected board, which is actually terrible for my open raising range. He checks it back, and I still have a hand with showdown value, so I chose another passive option here. Should he check again, I do have a mandatory bet on any river card. Timing down this instance is not really funny. Getting 3-bet here isn't funny either. First 3-bet, but only 4 hands, so can't really tell a thing. Other than that, the pool does have bad tendencies, aggressive tendencies. Yes, I might be behind versus another a worse ace that turned 2-pair. It's almost any one of the non-picture aces is taken. Look here, first open limb. I'm gonna raise that somewhat. On this board, I will continue bet half pot is fine. He checks quickly. I don't think that I need to bet here. Nice card. It's the probability he has a 7 or a 9 to beat me with the boat here dropped quite strongly. The 10 might be the best hand. I do not think that jacks or better pocket pairs wouldn't have bet here, so I do think I'm betting with the best hand. And I hope to get a call from a worse hand. Look, another 10 called me with a worse kicker. Here 9s will be a 3-bet most of the time versus button. I'll do that here too. Versus the 4-bet, it's getting ugly. And versus unknown, I do think that folding, 3-bet folding shouldn't be the biggest error. I do have a hard decision again. Gonna mark that for review. Ace 10 is too bad to open up under the gun. No set mining here after the 3-bet. How high are the 3-bet values? Button 3-bets quite a lot. Small blind even more. Big blind 15%. Yeah, people are 3-betting way aggressive. Mental game wise, I think I'm fine, but I feel some uncertainty in spots that would be described as standard. So usually that's a sign that I'm not in my best play. Not in the zone, as Jared Tandler calls it. Because when I'm playing in the zone, I don't feel bad when I get my blind stolen. I don't feel bad if I steal and get called with a hand that would have preferred to fold. And here, probably it's time against the 5% 3-bet range. I will be ahead 7.50. Because I'm playing out of position, I will make it a little bigger than usual. And as you can see, there are bluff 3-bets done from the button. So we will find players that do this. Oh, much does he open raise from the couple? Not too much. And I'm not gonna call. It's just not the pool that lets me do that. More often than not, I'm gonna be 3-bet and punished for passive actions. It's inviting to squeeze me. And if people really get out of line, and you will not see 2-bet callings without a squeeze behind them, then you probably might overcall 2-bet exploitatively with a very strong part of your range that would normally 3-bet. Just to play 2-bet call, 4-bet big. Blind versus blind folds. I probably have to start open raising to 3 BBs in the small blind. Again, getting called here. People seem to know that ranges are really wide. The board is 1 high too low, so probably I can make a c-bet here. And the 10 is going to hit my open raising range somewhat. Whatever this means for an open raising range of about 50%. 3-betters ahead. Yeah, he's doing a lot of 3-bets here, 16% still. I have under 40 hands on him, so out of position. Hold to see that. Out of position. King is probably good for my range. So when he checks twice, I will try to stab at this pot. Probably a lot of his under pairs to the board did call. and of course the top pairs that hit the king. We are in a single raise pot on the left side. Not a particularly good board for me. Middle-ish card connected. I will not stab here. I'll probably lose to random hit, but no. Keep being lucky. Gonna fold here. I would like to see this hand play out here. That's why I do not immediately. Look at this. We have a open raise, 3-bet and call. The board is very nice for the 3-betters range. Well, interestingly, I'm thinking about cold 4-betting here. Just because my hand is so strong. And his re-raising range will be a very broad one. So turned out to be a very good decision. I can easily live with that. Taking down the pot immediately. He did fold the big blind to a small blind open raise. So let's hope he does it again. He folds also his blinds, and we have 52 hands on him. This board I'm gonna play passively, and I'm not going to fold immediately versus a bet. Don't know if when he himself checks behind, I should stab the turn, but I'm pretty sure the jack isn't the hand I have to be afraid of. And as long as I can take down pots like this and not only lose them just because I take passive lines, I can easily live with that. Tens versus the min raise. I can use a smaller 3-bet size here. Same goes with the 9s. Ah, too bad I was not fast enough. Would have wanted to 3-bet to 7.5. It's a whole other pool than other times of the day. And you can really feel that. %, players see the flop in no limit 2. Well, not so great. But there are 14% of players in the no limit 25 pool, and actually thinking about sitting out on one table and hopping into the 25 NL25 pool instead. Probably I'm net minus by now in the session still. No, slightly positive even. Here we go. Open raising range from early position. A whopping 18%. Let's hope he doesn't get out of line because he too likes 3-bet. But versus under the gun, his squeezing range should be somewhat flattish. He squeezed 50%. I'm actually ready to go a little crazy here. 24. He might do this exploitatively. And this board, the best thing I can say about this board is that I blocked straight. Other parts are not so great. And so I should probably c-bet this. I do think my size screams weakness, and so does a check here on the turn. But still, I do think that I'm not only running against a linear range here that has aces, queens, kings and beats me, but also something like ace, king, which I'm ahead of. And also here I'm gonna play that check. Thinking about pushing. I have 37 seconds to decide. I don't feel like his sizing here is very strong. And so I push over it. I hope he doesn't snap me off and still has a difficult decision. Because I don't think he has a very, very strong range here. Yes. That read wasn't too bad. Ooh. Got me out of my comfort zone just a little bit, so definitely gonna mark this hand for review. Okay, actually I'm glad I didn't have other tables open. Any change in the players? No. The no limit 25 pool just got worse. Only 12% of players see the flop. So I'm gonna do what I did not for a long time. I'm gonna search for regular tables. No limit 25. Custom range. Start 16. See if I find tables that are. I don't want to play 15. I exclude the NL60 tables. Gonna play around just a little bit to see where I'm at. The big blind didn't 3-bet in 16 hands, and I have an undergun open, so my 8s are not a 3-bet most of the time. And this board is very good for his range, because my range probably only has the poker pairs and some... don't really know. But if he checks here, I actually do want to bet. He might call king X hands. He also has king queen in his range, probably from under the gun. But his check back, no, his check on the turn was just interesting for me. Led me to bet there. %. Everybody's sitting out here. Leave now. No. 18% here. Normally, I would search for tables that have not full stack players in it, but I just didn't find a better table now. One with lots of players per flop. This board is probably nice for both of us, but for me more than him. And I can have a small c-bet size here, I guess. Now, betting is quite dangerous when I do still have equity in the hand. And I want to capitalize on a free card I can take, hoping to get a 10 for the nuts. And when he does the slight overbet, I do actually believe that he got something of that board, and that's enough to beat me with ace queen here. So I'll give up here. I do think that a few of his, was it small or big blinds calling range, contain a Broadway card with a 10. So that hit perfectly. I probably would play check call versus my very small c-bet. Can we play No Limit 50? Technically we can, we have the bankroll. I'm only hopping in there because because I have a not full stack player here. After the small c-bet, I'm gonna bet big on the turn, out of position with my king. Gonna force him to pay a price for his any two cards. And when I would have run right into the best part of his range, then, well, he would have got me there. What do we see here? Open raise 2.5, 3-bet 7.5. Seems to be standard here. How much does he steal? Button 33%. I wanna defend my pair of sixes aggressively. Probably should choose also hands like King Queen and Ace Jack for that. Because of that, this board is probably not okay for the range that I just told that I should have. Ooh, what happened to your fold? My heart looks a mess. What's going on? I do think I took down the pot. I was just so confused. Yeah. My c-bet took down the pot. When he calls me in position there, I do think that he still has a broad range. Could be any two Broadway cards, something like that. And for these cards, the board is not very nice. An ace probably can peel. Did he really? Yeah, he did pay him off quite well with random one pair. Gonna play passively here because he too might call. That would be good to flop set three-way. Probably gonna deal one street here. Not because I think I have enough power to sustain his betting when he goes on until the river, but because pot odds are great, his range is so broad, and that merited at least another call. Not very active from the bottom, as I see. Someone open raising randomly the first positions and then opens it up a lot in the bottom, cut off in the bottom. It's a min 3-bet from the small stack, which is actually ugly, and I will not dive into a fight here against the quarter stack. Third stack. This could be a 3-bet from time to time. As it seems, I do have history on quite a few of these players. That's gonna be an odds call if no one squeezes. We might get fancy if we knew more about our opponents, but calling one to see a flop of 7.5 is just great. More so if I can hit a flush draw. It's not enough flush draw, so not gonna go crazy on this. And against this very high bet, I don't even think I have the right odds. No. Well done, small blind. And again, here, I do not like that. Can't really see him. And his bet. King 8 probably is an open raise here. But he seems to punish me for doing that. So I'm gonna play against him with caution. Seems like the no limit 50 tables are generally less tight than the no limit 25 tables. Can this be really true or not really? I was saying this based on a glance at the poker lobby. I always see the no limit 50 tables coming on top when I scan for players to flop. Filter for the highest numbers, it's always no limit 50 tables. When I filter for no limit 50 and no limit 25, so will I get action with the kings? Don't think so. I'm 45 minutes into the session. Did have one particularly interesting spot that I marked for review. Changed away from the no limit Zoom tables because there's the flop values are so low. And started to play regular tables, no limit 50, just because I'm rolled and I want to dip my feet into the pool. This player here opens in middle position and folds 100% versus 3 bets. So let's 3 bet him. I will fold an ace-6 here, yes. Small blind versus big blind. It's just very crippling spot, and I don't think that I do have an edge here. I do think I had yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna 3 bet light here. To have a good blocker hand. If I remember right, last time he called, so I have to proceed with caution here. That's perfect. 3 bet pot, out of position, very strong hand. I'm gonna check here, just because game theory wise, you probably should do that. And let him the chance to bluff. Do I raise immediately? Yes, I think so. Yes, I don't really know if I should be happy about that, because the play itself from an aggressive player, he will do that just a lot. He bet half pot. If I remember right from bio versus population, you probably should choose as the in position 3-bet caller. Well, I was out of position. I was 3-betting. He called. So on a board that favors my range, he should be cautious with betting when I check. And if he thinks the board is not good for him, he should probably choose a smaller size, another big one or a middle-ish one, half pot. Probably the worst decision of all possible. Fives. I do consider my range chart once again. Versus one open raiser from early position. I shouldn't even call that. But here, open raising will be perfectly fine. That's actually a good board for me, but when I'm the pre-flop aggressor and he checks back on a flop like this, I should definitely stab the turn, which I do, and take down the pot. Opening chests. I still don't get that system. So I did get 120 coins there. Wow, that's big blind. I'm gonna call ace-10 suited here. Versus button, yeah. Ace-10 suited is a call. Ace-jack probably would have been suited, would have been a 3-bet. And he bets very small, which is probably correct on a board like this. Is it even an open raise? Queen jack offsuit in the cutoff? Range. Queen check, yeah. It's not actually only from the big blind, probably of reasons like that. A lot of 3-betting is going on here, so gonna open raise here. If you were on my latest streams, you will notice that I changed the open raising size on the button from a min bet of 2 to 2.5 again, as I did for a long time. Board, by the way, bad for my open raising range here on the button. And so check behind. When he starts betting here, I will call. Just because the pot size is still in a number that I like, and after his bet I might bet in a way that he still has bluff catchers that can call me and will lose to me. So 4 into, what was it? 4 into 11 probably was Borfus. playing threshold for an ace high hero call. Look at this, the table breaks down. That's all the hustle that I did not have for a longer time. Look. Could be a squeezing opportunity here. I would have preferred the hand to be suited. King high is okay, but often not the best hand to do it. Yeah, lots of 3-betting is going on. One thing that I miss from my old HUD is the table stats. It feels like this table is bad, and bad because I feel like a lot of players are 3-betting. Okay. I do think that jacks will call sometime here and 3-bet most of the time. Very bad fold here. Very bad board here in on the left table. It's a 3-bet pot and he called. I think he does have more kings and aces in his range that hit this board pretty well, and yeah, I get 2 overcards with pocket jacks, so just not the best scenario, and I can get away easily here. It was an under the gun open race from half stack, so I'll need to rush here. I'm 3-way on this this hand. I do think I just check it down, I'm gonna lose. There's a table that seems awkwardly active. 23%. Players see the flop. Yeah, that's the No Limit 25 table that I just opened. 23% of players see the flop, so I'm interested to see how this plays out. Will we see? Yeah, we will see things like that. That's driving up VPIP. I can have a high frequency here with a not very high bet size because it's 1 high, 2 low. Very good board for my open raising range. $83 hands on this guy. He folds most of the time, and King 3 suited might be good enough here. Not sure if I versus button. Could I bluff 3-bet here? I will. but then I'm gonna stop down. It was a good move. Let's not overdo it. Actually, I have to say that blind versus blind and steal situations, button and blinds, those are very, very tilt dangerous situations, in my opinion. Because there's a lot of aggression going on, light 3-betting, even light 4-betting here. I obviously light 4-bet, he obviously light 3-bet me there, blind versus blind. Ranges are broad, I know that from theory. People will open raise a lot, people will call broad. I do think that by studying these situations you might find out a lot of leaks in opponents here. This time I will not open raise. Probably the hand will be in an open raising chart. Yes, it is. Seems like this guy here defends the button. No, his big blind passively, as it seems. That's interesting here, because this guy up to now seemed pretty usual. He seemed pretty reasonable, and I do think he caps. Oh, that should have been a 3-bet here, misclick. That's a bit sick here, but he is an active player, and he probably capped his range by calling his attack, and that is probably a weak call too, so yeah, was a good decision to do that. Now in the hand where I didn't 3-bet, I do think about raising or calling, and I do think that calling is the better play. I might even get other callers, which is great when I really hit. Makes the pot even bigger, and I do have a monster draw, to be honest. And if I raise and people continue to play against me, they will often do this with 3s, 4s or 10s that just turn the set. And the aggressive guy here, I will bet big here in the hopes that he hit a piece of that board, and he called and checked on this ace river. That's gonna be weak most of the time. I make a bet that Kreis call me, but he folds, unfortunately. But I do start to like this guy. He seems to be calling too many 3-bets. He doesn't fold enough versus 3-bets, in other words. And we are 35 hands into this table here, playing in this table, and he still has a 3-bet percentage of 33%. There's only one other crazy guy on this table that has a similar number in 3-bets, and that's me. So your brothers in mind. need to open 4-6 suited. Here. A6 suited, however, will be an open raise in the cutoff if I get the chance. Now I'm an hour into the session, and without further ado, I will sit out on the tables. Well, against this min 3-bet, I will have to call. What's he striving to by min 3-betting? I just don't get it. Then after this, here on this board, I don't think that I can let it go. And again, I have position, and with the ace I do have some showdown value. So if he's a random button clicker, which I don't think, by the way, by this raise size, by this bet size, half pot on a flop, half pot on a turn, both are, yeah, I do think that I can fold here. Here you can glance at the pool. It's the big blind that called me. I will c-bet here. High frequency, low sizing. Yeah, probably sizing could be higher by the connectedness of the board. Do I second barrel here? I do think so, with a relatively high bet size this time. Gonna make it hard for his queens, for his Jack 10 suited, which just got there. So king giving me good showdown value, I check it back. And he has an ace 5, which I can understand to play like this passively. And probably didn't have any chance to make him fold here. Yes, I'm gonna make a little break, be right back for probably just a short time. See you there. Oh, here I am, back on track. Ooh, 18% here. Do I hop into this pool? Not the pool, but this table? Yes, I do think so. I want to move that to my second screen so it doesn't get into the way. I'm looking for good tables. The Zoom tables make me cry. No Limit 200 has 16% of people, of players seeing the flop. Yeah, let's hop into No limit 200. Not really. I want to build some more sample size on the no limit 16 pool. So I open up a Zoom table as I did before, even though the values aren't really good. Queen 8. Can this be a bluff ever? No need to over push it here. This guy did 3-bet the small blind once. Still successful. Ah, look, the fellow countryman calls me with a half stack in position. Probably we will face a squeeze from one of these guys in the blinds. I'm almost sure here. What I'm not sure of is if I could have a plus EV 4-bet here if I got the squeeze. With my 8s, I have an overpair still, and I'm gonna slow down here just to balance my turn checks. Now this queen looks bad, and I don't want to... fold against a random bet, so I block bet here. That thing with the block bets, don't know how they are game theory wise. I just think that playing bluff catcher here when the overcard hits is not a very good play. Because some people will bet with a very big size, low frequency, big size, middle frequency, but high size. And then I'm gonna feel not very comfortable with my 8s. He steals from the button 33%. I only have 25 hands. Yeah, call me crazy, but I want to open another table of no limit 16. Suddenly these values change. It's 15% now, players per flop. I'm gonna overcall here. I think that's the best line versus an undergun. Open. Just check how much he opens under in early position. Yeah, 5%. He's probably positionally aware, so he will have a very tight range here. And on this board, he might check here multi-way a lot. No need to get into the pot here. What I wanted to say is, if he has a very strong range but not the best hand within that range, the jack fold is probably reasonable multi-way on a flop like this. And here the table breaks down, so we're going to be off that table soon. And here I open raise a6 off from the button. This player here is active. He folds 75%. What does he do versus 4 bets? No, he doesn't fold to 4 bets, so the 3-bet size to 11 from the small blind is probably right. I do think 12 is okay if it's the big blind. Here I'm gonna take out my sit out. This is debatable here. King Queen call. The check again I think is mandatory. I will call here. Choose the passive line. Let's see if it's turn honest, or if he keeps on bluffing / value betting. His bet size indicates he is strong, but I do still think my queen is good. I'll check again. Hope he doesn't fire a third barrel to make it difficult for me. And yeah, he takes a check behind, which is reasonable. Unfortunately, I'm out kicked here and lose the pot. But I think it's solid play from him. And from my part, we could debate if King Queen suited is a call there or it's not. A 3-bet versus hijack, I don't think so, because the hands that call versus the 3-bet or continue versus the 3-bet and also 4-bet will crush ace queen suited, so calling will be a better decision there. Look at how much of these blind versus blind spots you can actually tilt on. I could so easily bet with ace high here, bet 2 streets, get called 2 streets, having a difficult decision on the river. And now when he calls me here, I will check and make my hand look weak. It's possible that I'm outkicked by a better king, and he will bet a lot here when I check to him, but no, this time he doesn't. Look at him, he's so small stacked. Can I make 11 times that bet? I could. But I will have... it's probably the worst board to fold on. I mean, pocket 2s will not often hit better than 10-10 ace. Still, I think I don't need to push it here against this player with that stack size. And you still see the session timer? Yes. We do have limpers here. This guy. He actually limped all 5 hands up to now. That's what I mean. If I can play no limit 25 with guys like this, why not doing it on a regular table where I can find him and have position on him in every hand. Here, unluckily, my relative position to him is not perfect. He isolates the limper. All looks very standard. The limper, limp calls, open limp calls. That's also interesting to know. We can probably value bet really hard. It seems like he's also a post-flop calling station. Now, very nice hand. Do I get the possibility to 3-bet? No, but to open raise. Getting called by unknown. Not the best board for my range, I guess, but very much possible he hit that board somewhat with a draw. With a queen pair, something like that, when he checks behind. Probably can stab. But I will have to choose a bigger bet size. Not something like 1.5 points. It's not gonna make him go away. And with the king here, that's crazy, probably. He will probably not fold too many spades. But I have to review that just to check if my bet is bad. Main raising, is this a new thing here? This guy ever 3x, 3x, 2x, yeah, he likes 2x. Very good board for him to c-bet. Oh, out of position. I'm gonna bet here when I get check too. I have two opponents, both peeled here. I'm not sure if they peeled. No, I was checking, so they couldn't have peeled. There's no bets after pre-flop round. I do have a flush, but my 10 probably isn't the strongest. He's sitting out. Is he broke? This time I'm gonna 3-bet here with a hand like king, queen, suited. Gonna use the position and the power of initiative combined, which leads to a fold from his part. Gonna run my filter shortly to see how many guys I have players with plus. Get 3-bet instantly. Where does he 3-bet from? From the button he 3-bets 12% versus the cutoff. So many hands. And we will be 4-betting here. And the call here is actually not so nice. Does he ever do that with queens, kings or aces? Not really sure. But I do call here. And I have the boat. Question is, does he ever have the stronger boat than I? With that check, I'm not so sure. I will bet small. Ooh, the queens, that's dirty. Nice hand, still. I have to review that. Ace, jack. Review. Now we hit very good here. I bet big in hopes of getting the raise. And when he min raises me here, I'm just gonna stick it in. Probably we chop and he has king queen too. Wouldn't surprise me all that much. But that one just killed my win rate for the night, I guess. No, not really, we're still up 14 bucks. Does he come back here? Don't think so. I could change the hut just to have a comparison. Change profile. Yeah, that's nice. So I have to say one thing, that I prefer my old hut to the new one. That is not a free hut, but one I have a paid one that I have trial running. It's just I can very quickly find color coding possibilities. Gonna fold here after this 3-bet. And I do get my table values back. It's great too. Back to the hand with the ace jack where I was 3-betting. That's 8%. I'm gonna play it passively. Gonna hate myself if we 3-way and I'm losing a big pot with top pair with kicker here. Ooh. But then after this push, no, I'm not playing for 143 big blinds raise king versus an under the gun raise. But I will 3-bet here. the early position raiser. It's not under the gun. I keep on saying that. I can't just turn it off, but under the gun actually is a position that only exists in full ring. I do know that. I just can't keep it. On a board like this, I probably should have a big sizing, I guess, for c-bets. He calls me here. Do I need to well, the next bet will be committing. I can easily bring, yeah, with the check here. I do think it's going in on the river. By checking that river out of position, he really actually gave up the hand, and we can probably bet hard. Let's mark the solid players. This guy here is probably a lag. 29, 20, 21. Yeah, in terms of HUDs, I have to say that I do like some parts of the old, some parts of the new one. The new one here, that's a beautiful panel because it shows how people play in the cutoff button and small blind. That's the open raising percentage, and below is the fold after a 3-bet in this particular position. After stealing, exactly it is. In the button he raises, this guy here, in the button he raises 33%, but he folds to 3-bets 50% of the time. So that's a great panel. You can even have that versus button from the two small blind positions and have at one glance how much are they 3-betting and how much are they calling, which will be the added number to 100. So that's great. What I prefer here is one glance VPPFR, and I have a color code available. This guy here gets the tag with leaks because he doesn't fold to 3-bet at a high enough percentage. He keeps on calling versus 3-bets, and he will lose with that big time. This guy here is 20, that's solid. 3-bet, but it's lag, very aggressive post flop. I'm missing a few hands here, that's not so bad. Very aggressive 3-better, this guy. No, that's an actually a solid tag. Could even be a nit. It's important I keep making these color codes in a pool that is so small, like the No Limit 16 pool. I need the color codes to have more of an idea how the pool is like than just watching how many players see the flop. Here, this guy, 23-18, 3%, 3-bet, false 3-bet, not enough. I do think this guy gets the orange tag with leaks. I do think he doesn't 3-bet enough and I do think he doesn't fold to 3-bets enough either, so it's an inconsistency here. But he plays solid ranges, I'd say. One high, two low, probably can and should rep somewhat here. I don't know if betting 1/3 if I decide to bet is a good size here. On that turn, I do pick up a lot of showdown equity. And when he takes the check back, I might choose the block bet here and extract some more money here. Nice hand. What's this guy here on the other table? He provides value. Yeah, he's very aggressive. And he doesn't fold. He's probably an unbalanced, aggressive player, as I call it. Oh, I absolutely need a color code on him. No. The player before him. Yeah, I have color code here. I'm thinking more about my color codes than my actual hands. Where are we at for the whole month? Roller coaster month, but I'm positive after rake, that is. That almost made me cry, by the way. Seeing how the high rake cap in these micros can actually really kill you, and yeah, you have to beat the game for 7-8 big blinds per 100 only to break even after rake. That's actually terrible. Yep, I would like to play with you. I will restrain from playing that. I do have a small continuation bet size here on a paired board. Getting called. I bet big and fast. It shall look like a bluff. When he has tens, that would be great for him. Now that's actually a bad card, because he might have peeled for that. Okay, I have to win this pot 1 in 4 times to break even, and I do think that my trips, I will do that. Oh, another kicker problem. Ooh, that hurt. Because yeah, that's no limit 25. That's gonna kick in the win rate. Only 62 hands on the no limit 25 regular tables. down quarter stack there, or half a stack, even some, a little bit more. Overall, slightly positive. $7,000 hands for the month. That's actually quite a lot for what I can do in terms of volume. I would like to see a 7 here. This guy actually limped into the pot and hasn't a full stack, so I'm gonna mark him green immediately. My mission on the left table, no, the table in the middle, is color code the guys as long as I can. At least the guys that I have more than, let's say, 50 hands on, I should color code them. We did have another limp here. Actually, that's one thing you can see on Trial Hot here. There's a percentage for limps, and you can even see where these limps occur. This guy does limp in the middle position in cutoff, and yeah, basically wherever he wants. Very good board to c-bet on. He is a small stack, so I will use a small sizing, and it works out optimally. Can we say that if you are pre-flop aggressor against a big blind caller and board comes dry as hell, ace high, a deuce and a 7, can we say we should, when check, to c-bet at a high frequency with a low sizing? Can we just say that generally? I think so. And we should probably do that with whole of a range, not only with the very good hands. We are deep here, so we might play this 7.5. Tommy Shelby just folded, which is nice. Same story here, ace 10 3. We probably shoot this at a high, c-bet this at a high frequency, but with a low sizing. And the nit here, that plays 10 3. He checks back on that. Well, let's see. Ah, okay. For a nit, he shouldn't probably have called Jack 10 in, or was it small blind, big blind? I don't know. Jordy, not many hands here. This guy, is he already orange? Yes, he is already orange. This guy here, okay, he is a lag, most definitely. And this guy, I know I'm gonna time out in just a second, but I could still color code this guy. In the long term, it's gonna be much more important. I have to color code here. May say back. Probably yes. 46-21. As expected, he isn't shy of 3-betting me. Right table, standard 3-bet. Here I'm gonna fold. I used to call instead of 3-bet in blinds versus blind spot there, but the ranges are so broad. I do think that when having a value hand, I need to put that in a 3-bet range for sure. So my 3-bet range that will be broad has at least the value parts in the linear top left part of the range, if you want to see it as an image in it. This would be an open race, I think. I do have the high frequency 3-better here. This is difficult decision because he is the small stack here. Does he really 3-bet so much hands? But it's 11 hands. It's basically a decision if I want to go for 30-40 bigs here against the guy that also limps. No, it's just crazy. I don't want to commit so much pre-flop if I can outplay these guys when I feel I have an edge on them. Very nice board, same logic here. I am the pre-flop aggressor. I am going to bet some boards, and especially the boards with king high. I need to do that. If I would play out of position and wouldn't have the initiative, it's a mandatory check, I guess. But then ace queen on a king high flop versus the low 1/3 c-bet probably can have some raises too as a bluff. Probably shouldn't fold 100% versus a small c-bet. Hands to mark. Yeah, gonna 3-bet you easily with my hand. So some changes in my heart would be nice. Thinking about the 7s in hijack versus a 3-bet. No. 7s could be on the a call on the button, but here no. Okay. As much fun that is, I think it's time for me to close the session down, end the stream, and hit out next bit blind. Here on this board. I do think he hits that board quite well, so I can easily check fold here. One table is already gone. Back to the alternative. Look at that. I just marked this guy before, and I'm so happy I have that now. It might even be visible now. When I go to the lobby. Look at that. I do have finally some color codes here. And that's great. I will check out if I can, based on my Poker Tracker 4 report, to show me the players that I have more than half K hands, so more than 500 hands on. See if I can profile some of these guys here. I sort player pool by alphabetic names. I can do the same here. In my Poker Tracker. I will not show this on screen, just because I think that's not really cool if I show off stats like this about the players. See, that guy is not here. There's one guy with D, isn't there either. And I have a guy with F, not here. Next guy not here either. Here, this guy. He actually just is a solid winner, I see here. Yeah. He is a solid winner. I like 100 BBs per 100 on 374 hands. Not bad. K, nobody with K. Yeah, that's something I don't need to have the stream on for that. I will do the post-session analysis off stream. I thank you for being with me on another stream Thursday, and we did manage quite well, by the way. Let's just bring back the graph. I do think in the end we kept being above the 0 line. Today, yeah, half a stack on NL16. Get 3-bet by the guy that 3-bets so many instances here, but the first time he does it out of position, I can easily let go of that hand. And yes, that's it for today. Thank you for being with me. If you don't have already, please leave a sub. I would appreciate that very much, and a like, which is very important to push out those videos. There are quite a few no limit 16 players might find this interesting. You might even see yourself if you're searching for content about your game on YouTube. If so, give me a comment and let's put our heads together and share some experiences here. Thank you for being. This is the end. Stream is ending. Bye for now. See you next time.